like could be TikTok, I don't know.
Oh, can you imagine? No.
Yeah. Hi, and welcome to another casual conversation with me, Johan Brodfeldt. And in this conversation, I have the pleasure of inviting a friend from the other side of the Nordic Sea, Helen Symington from Unicorn Interglobal. Could you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Hi, Johan. Yes, I'm Helen and I work for Mike Peet at Unicorn. I do a range of things really, but mainly look after the website, newsletters, social media, which is why I'm here, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So keeping
Okay.
in contact with customers.
Yeah. And we've talked briefly about the social media presence and what it does for a business. Why we want to use social media. Is there something you've experienced that this is a good thing, or have put some positive or negative experiences from using social media?
Oh, yes, definitely. I think when I started at Mike's at Unicorn, I think social media was only really just sort of getting going, and we were both quite skeptical. You know, we redid the website, we're happy with that, and then it's like, oh, you know, social media, shall we, shan't we? Seemed like a bit of an effort, and Facebook was the first thing that we did.
Yeah.
And then I think that we actually grew to quite like it and realised that it is a good way of keeping in contact with what our customers are doing, what our suppliers are doing, and it's sort of a bit of a window to the outside world. So for us, it's been a positive thing, and we like it. I'm speaking on behalf of Mike now, but we like it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. uh, but you are actually using it in uh, both to keep track of some of your partners and customers, and in a way to promote your own business. So it's like networking online, business
Yeah.
networking. Yeah.
Do you know, it's funny there now. I don't see it in that real business way, and maybe I should, but I genuinely see it as a way of sharing, you know, what Mike's doing, if he writes any blogs or papers or sample applications, that kind of thing. I just see it as a nice way of sharing what we're doing, not just with customers who are on our mailing list, but potentially with a wider audience.
Yeah.
And not in any kind of monetary measuring type way. It's just purely, you know, Mike's usually working on stuff. He's, you know, and it's nice to share things that he's done. So we do it as it's almost a giveaway for us.
Yeah, but I think that that is the best way to use social media, because you want to share and show what you're doing, so that people can, if they are interested, look at what you're doing and get to know you a little bit better. Because when
Yes.
they get to know you a little bit better, they might sign up for your newsletter. And on your newsletter, you actually have more like a close connection to the customers, and they are continuously listening to you. So you want to use social media to drive people who are interested in what you're doing into your email list.
Yes, definitely. And that is how we use it. And I hope that comes across. Although what you said there just made me think. So if we were trying to find new customers, or let's say for example, new younger users of Dataflex,
Yeah.
um, maybe we should be using something like Instagram, or, you know, moving in that sort of direction to try and get people that way. And I would say I'm not very confident in that arena. I don't know, do you use Instagram at all? Or, yeah, something that the younger people say. I mean, because I know I've seen on Instagram there are lots of, I follow a couple, I don't know, can't even remember what they're called, but on Instagram, and I follow them, and they do great posts and all these little sort of snippet things, and they've got loads of followers, you know, these people who are coding away. And I sort of think, how do you go about even starting with that?
Instagram is more like a image focused medium. Facebook is posts and videos, while Instagram has more these kind of sets of images or some videos in some sense, but mainly uh, these where you can swipe images and look at different things.
Mhm.
Um, and I think it's hard for a developer to go in and kind of put code snippets or something, because that's what we got in our head. But if you can twist it like a short presentation of one tiny bit of
That's what
concept,
that's what
yeah,
they do. Yeah.
then you can put that in a nice graphic way and post it as a message, and then you might get more across. I use it in my social media platform where I post a weekly image. I'm just experiment with it.
Mhm.
And even though I've gained followers and people like what I post, it's not really as engaging as I would like it to be. So I need to kind of mix it up a bit with some other content, I guess.
Yeah.
And that is also something I want to talk to you about, this with mixing up content,
Yeah. Okay.
because I tried to create posts, and I decided, okay, every week we should post this kind of thing. Like on this YouTube channel, we should
Okay.
post every week a conversation.
I think
And
you're right. Yeah. Now
yeah,
you started, I think you have to maintain it, and that becomes really quite a challenge, doesn't it?
yeah, not so far actually. It's been going
No.
quite
Okay.
well. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we batch up and do a lot of videos in beforehand, so
Okay.
we feel comfortable that we have something recorded we can present next week as well.
Okay.
But on my social media platform, for instance, there I have every week I look at the calendar, see what's going on, and then I use that for inspiration to create a small image, like pick a photo and write a tagline, and then write a small text about it and then post it. But I think that my followers are getting more and more used to that just showing up in their feed. So they are not engaging with it. And as they are not engaging with it, Facebook is not showing it as much to them. So Facebook is filtering those messages away.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I need to post links to other content that is relevant for my audience. And I might have to post something else like a video or something, because when I do that, all of a sudden I get a lot more engagement.
Okay.
So just posting the same content or similar type of content regularly, like if you have a newsletter or a blog post, and then just take the snippet of the blog post, put an image, and just post it, and you do that like every week, then your viewers will look at that and say, okay, oh, there's another post. I don't have to read this because I read the last week, and
Okay.
it's not interesting every week. So um, and if they do that, Facebook will think that you're not that interested in this business anymore,
Okay.
and then they will stop showing those posts to the users.
The trouble is with video, I mean, I know video is king, and everyone's like, rah, rah, video all the way.
Yeah.
But video, as as we can see here, for me, the lighting is dreadful because I just, I had not really much idea, and I didn't have an awareness that I needed to have lighting at the front and all that kind of stuff. Video that's a skill in its own right.
Yeah.
And creating videos for, what's essentially just, almost throwaway effort, just, sort of speculating type effort. I think that's too much for your normal everyday, company who, you've got your day job, you've got your what you're meant to be doing for your business. Taking time out to make videos for social media, I think it's a step too far.
Yeah, but you can
For
make
small
it,
companies,
you can make it very easy for yourself. And if you look back to my first Discovering Dataflix videos, where I basically had a screen grab and a small video in the corner, they were just recorded in one take and posted online. So I've spent like the time I've did the demo for 10 minutes or so, and then when it was recorded, I just put it up on social media and I was done. The quality was not top, and I had a bad mic, and I didn't have that much lighting, and so it was a bit crappy. But gradually I bought better equipment. I bought a new mic that has a better sound. And now when we started doing these casual conversation videos, I talked to my brother, who is or has been working in the cinema and made been part
Oh,
of recordings for the television here in Sweden.
okay, yeah.
So he knows a thing or two about how to set up lighting and stuff. So
All right.
he advised me to set up these lights and uh, get a
Well, it
darker
clearly makes a big
background, and
difference.
yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I mean, I can already see now the next conversation needs to be top tips for how to create your own very simple, cheap, easy videos and basic equipment. There you go. That's next week's.
Yeah, the thing is, there's a ton of those videos online, so you can just go and search for it. So if you're
Okay.
curious, you can get and I've been watching 50 of them, I think, to just get inspiration for how to set up things and what to look for in a conversation and stuff like that.
So, but stop. But when you say that, so you say yes, and there are lots of videos out there. But
Yeah.
actually, so in our newsletter to our customers, who I would say are all very much focused on their development, they're not interested in making videos, all that kind of stuff. They would never go. I mean, I'm saying this on their behalf. I don't believe they would go off and search on YouTube to try and find, because there are so many, just trying to pick one that you think is going to be right is going to be tricky.
Yeah.
Whereas if I put something in our newsletter out to our customers and said, Johan recommends this is a good one, they would probably click on that and pay attention to that, but they wouldn't go and look for it themselves.
Yeah, but you're onto something, and I think that there might be a reason to have another video next week, or do something at least sometime in the future, if we want to promote more developers to do videos.
Yes.
I don't think a video recommendation will do it, because the video people who make this recommendation are so specific to different things. There's like 10 videos just how to pick your background and
Yes.
and put things on the walls, and
Yeah.
then you have 10 different videos for lighting, and there are specific videos for lighting when you have glasses, so you don't get reflection
Okay.
in the screen. So that
Wow.
actually I should lower the light of my screen, because I see there are some reflections in here.
Yeah, so it's not really as simple as you were originally saying, is it?
No, it's not that simple if you want to make it top-notch quality. But the important thing is that you are persistent, that you're coming out with a message, and you can basically use your iPhone or mobile phone and make a small recording, put it on a stand, or just put it up somewhere, or your computer. You can use some tools for screen grabbing, and I could of course link to there's one called OBS, which is really great and used even for live stream on YouTube.
Okay.
Which is a really good tool for screen capturing.
Okay.
So you don't have to do the most advanced videos. I've been doing some videos where I on Instagram for my social media platform, where I basically just press record on Instagram and hold the phone in front of me, and then record what I'm going to say for, I think it's 60 seconds I have to speak. So I have to kind of get a short message in 60 seconds and then stop and then post it and share it on social media. And then I'm done. So I did that once a week for half a year, I think. or almost half a year,
Uh-huh.
where I every week just said hi to my friends and put it out a post talking about something that was relevant for this week.
Okay, so now we're really fully into videos now and talking about videos. So are we saying really, our social media offerings have to include video? Do you think?
It doesn't.
Ours doesn't.
No, it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to.
Okay, it doesn't. Okay, that's good.
It's a thing that we are experimenting now with these conversations, but tutorial videos are really good if you want to show something. Yeah. But these kind of more conversational videos where you're discussing a topics, trying to get people to talk to, and those require some more preparations at times, even though we try to keep the preparation at minimum.
Okay. So I think at the moment I'm quite stuck in a rut with our social media. So I post on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, LinkedIn, and that's sort of pretty much the extent of it. Don't do anything fancy. I'm certainly not creating videos, although maybe I will be inspired to after your next how to create a video conversation. So how do you get out of a rut? If you feel that you are in a rut,
you have to make it fun.
Okay.
And that's probably easier said than done. But the problem is you're in a rut because you don't feel that the thing you're doing is benefiting or creating some value, and you do not get the feedback that you hope for.
Yes, okay, yeah, maybe. I mean, I have sort of got used to the idea that I don't get a huge amount of feedback, but I don't take that personally. I just feel that people are so busy and inundated, and we're all absolutely bombarded with emails and notifications and everything, that we're all just you just sort of become a little bit numb to it.
Yeah, but I think, so what we are doing here is that we decided that we're going to run this for 1.5 years, every week a video.
Okay.
That's the decision.
Yeah.
And then every half year we're going to do an evaluation and tweak some things or provide some other type of content and add up. But I think you need to try to find new ways of engaging with your audience. Maybe do a quiz, maybe do something, talk to your customers or partners and see, are you doing something fun that we can engage with? If we do something that are benefiting you, like posting about what some of your customers are doing and sharing that in your channel might inspire some of your other customers, and not only kind of promoting things that you do. And that will make things easier as well, because then you don't have to create the content because some of your customers have created the content. It's like
I do try and do that actually, which is why I look at customers and partners and just people within our community. I do. That's why I like to look and see what they're doing, because I like to just promote it, retweet it, share it. I like doing that.
Yeah. And I think that's also one of the reasons we have this conversation, because in the Dataflex community, for instance, there is not that many businesses that are active on social media.
Very good point.
We are, you and I, we are basically alone with data access, trying to make this a vibrant community.
I think actually, that's really, really key. Most of our customers, they're not interested in social media at all. I mean, Mike wasn't hugely initially, and he sort of has come around to the idea, but I think they are more like him. So, I'm sort of pushing stuff out to people who probably don't even have they might have Facebook or they might have Twitter, but they often, our customers aren't really even seeing it. So I suppose, so as a company then, how would you encourage your customers to embrace social media, a platform that you could communicate with them? How would you do that? Would you email them?
I would start by asking you as a viewer to write down in the comments below and tell us why you are not more active on social media. What would you like to use your social media for, and tell us something that we can work on and maybe make another video later on.
Yes.
So that's one thing, because when we get comments in the videos, that is something that Facebook and YouTube really like. Then they realize that our users are engaging with us, and then they promote the video even more. So that's an important thing. The likes are not so important anymore. So you don't have to care about the likes that much, but share and write comments on the content. That's means for the algorithm that it's engaging content, and then it gets more views from other people as well.
Now, I know I'm guilty. I think I'm being helpful, but often I do share and retweet things without putting a comment, because again, it's time pressures, and you think you're doing the right thing, but maybe just take a bit more time and make sure those comments are in there, because I know I'm not doing that all the time.
Yeah, it's easy to just put share or like or something like that, but actually consuming the content, thinking about how you would react to it and post a question, it takes a little bit more effort, but it could be a lot more engaging, and it could widen the conversation. And that's one of the things that we want to do with these videos. We call them casual conversations, but we actually want to invite all the viewers to take part in the conversation. And so we want to widen this community. That's what we're trying to do here.
It's a really good idea. I hope it's going well. Is it?
So far, Klaus did a kind of mid-evaluation of our goal for the first half year. And the goal is to have like 100, 200 viewers on the content. And we are well on the track to getting there. So it looks good.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Yeah. So back to the old social media rut, all that kind of stuff. Do you think we should have a sort of more formal, within a company, a sort of more formalized social media campaign? Because you were just saying about evaluating. I don't do that. I just sort of free range. I post, I share, I tweet, I do what I can, but I don't measure. I'm not measuring.
No, I'm also quite bad at measuring.
Measuring is not easy, is it? Otherwise we'd be doing it.
No, you need to know what you should measure. And in the end, it's difficult because you need to kind of know what kind of changes you should make in order to improve the things you're measuring as well. And when it comes to social media, it's really hard to know if a piece of content works or does not work. And sometimes we post a video and it get like 100 views, and sometimes we post another video where we think that this is a good one, and it's like 30 views.
And it could, the trouble is, it's a bit of a black art. It could almost be down to what day and time of the week you post it.
Yeah.
Who's sitting at their desk when it comes in with, a cup of coffee and just giving themselves a bit of a break and thinking, oh yeah, I've got time for that.
Yeah.
How do we know?
Exactly. And now it's Christmas, so everyone is stressed about buying Christmas gifts and preparing not this Christmas perhaps because it's Corona time, but otherwise, we noticed during there's a week where everyone has free time with their kids in Sweden, for instance. That week we didn't get a lot of views from Sweden.
Okay.
Because everyone
see, that's good that you identified that. I'm not sure whether I would have necessarily, put that together and realize what was going on. Do you think if you were using social media as, a marketing tool, do you think it's easy or less easy depending on the type of business you are? So like, say for software, for Unicorn, it's more of a services thing.
Yeah.
Whereas if, say if we were selling sofas or, I don't know,
I
fruit.
think as long as you can identify who you want to talk to,
yeah,
then
okay.
you can tailor your message to that person. And in our case, we want to talk to, of course, we want to talk to the developers in the community, but when we look for customers, we want to look for mid-size or large corporations and the middle management in those corporations. And if we only promote videos where we sit and talk about code and Dataflex and programming and stuff like that, then they are not interested. They won't listen.
Right.
So we need to promote more content that's around what the heck am I doing when my Excel sheet gets too big? How do I manage a team? How do I make sure my boss is happy and I got a good community of coworkers? Things like that. Those are the things that we need to talk about to get the actual people who we want to sell products to or solutions to interested in our content. Because otherwise we can speak to developers all day, but our actual customers won't notice us.
Yeah.
So you need to figure out who are you talking to.
And that also leads to me to the which of the myriad now of social media channels do you choose? So I said that we typically use Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, because I would say Unicorn, we would be hoping actually to try and target young developers potentially who would consider using, this is our example, who would consider using a new development tool. And yet I'm not sure then that the channels I'm posting on are necessarily the right channels. And how do I know which are the right channels? I don't even know. There's probably some out there, probably loads out there that I don't even know.
No, like could be TikTok. I don't know.
Oh, can you imagine? No.
Yeah. No, but then you should talk to those people, those students or young developers, and ask them where do they spend most time.
Okay. Yeah.
Because even though we post on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and in some cases Twitter as well, it's primarily we've seen that Facebook is the place where we get the most engagement.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
But that's just because everyone in our age group has Facebook and everyone's there. YouTube, where we hoped to get more engagement, that is probably a place where we get more social media savvy users or some new potential users, but that one is not growing as fast as the Facebook.
Okay, oh, that's interesting.
And we post on LinkedIn because we have to be present at LinkedIn because that's where all our actual potential customers are.
Yes.
So we want to push more on LinkedIn.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good then. So I feel more comforted now that I am roughly in the right place with my.
And I think you should try to focus on one or two social media channels and go all in on those, and then you can post on other as well, but focus on one or two.
Okay.
Because then you can learn them, you can see how to promote things, how to engage with users. You can investigate different types of content that works on those platforms. You can do research on how you best do posts on those specific platforms. So you can put some more
Okay.
effort into that type of marketing.
Okay. All right. Well, I think I don't know about you, I've covered a lot of my questions.
Yeah. It was a good conversation. So
It is interesting.
yeah.
I feel like there's more I can be doing. So measuring, definitely, I'll sort of try and look into that and see if I can.
Just set a goal of what you want to achieve, and then see if you can achieve that. So like, if you want a certain amount of people sharing your content, then ask people to share and see if you can get them to share in that sense, because otherwise nothing will happen. Or if
Yeah.
you like, we want people to comment on these videos, so we ask our users to think about what we've been talking about and see if they have any questions that we can bring up in future videos.
Yeah.
And that's what we are trying to do mainly.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it was nice chatting with you, and I hope
It was. I really enjoyed it. Thanks, Johan.
Yeah. I hope we can do more of these in the future, because
Yes.
social media and marketing is a big topic. So
Okay, and I'll
there's a lot of
get
things.
some lights sorted.
Yeah,
and
you do that.
That's my homework for next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.